Hey guys, Bodybuilding here. So today I wanted to discuss a topic that is something I actually haven't discussed at all on my channel, which is pretty kind of hard to believe, that I haven't discussed dieting. And recently, a friend had asked some questions about diet and about what he should eat and what he shouldn't eat, and he asked, well, is it okay if I eat Pop-Tarts? And another guy on another channel, a friend of mine, I consider him a friend of mine, but he said, no way, you can't eat Pop-Tarts. There's no way you can eat Pop-Tarts and be a bodybuilder. And his name is Mike Biscaglia. And I told the other guy, no, you can eat Pop-Tarts. It's not a big deal. It all depends on how you train and how you sleep and your cardio and things like that. But let me get further into that because it's really important that we understand what I'm talking about, where I'm coming from, and what I'm trying to achieve for myself and helping others in the end. So first, let's just talk about diet in general, like the different macronutrients. So you got protein, you got carbs, you got fats. Those are the main macronutrients, and of course, fat is very important. Fat is integral in making sure that you can produce hormones. So all these low fat, foods and things, you want to avoid that. If you drink milk, drink whole milk, or drink it raw. Don't drink skim milk. Don't eat margarine and butter. Don't eat things that are fat, fat free or low fat or anything like that. Those are bad for you. And especially for a bodybuilder, you want to maximize the amount of good fats that you're getting. Saturated fats are not your enemy. I mean, of course, if that's all you eat, that's not good for your heart. But saturated fats are the best fat for producing hormones. So fats is the first one. The second one is carbs. Okay, and carbs are incredibly important in producing energy for the body. And carbs come in two forms. They come in simple carbs and complex carbs. So you got simple carbs, you got complex carbs. Simple carbs are carbs that are burned quickly. They're sugars. But if they're not burned quickly, then they're going to be used up. They're going to be turned into fat. Okay, so if you have too much sugar in your body, it turns into fat. And we're going to get to that later because that's very important. The second group of carbs is complex carbs. And basically these are digested through your body over a longer period of time and they're burned slower. Think of it kind of like gasoline versus like diesel. Gasoline is more volatile than diesel. Gasoline is explosive. Diesel is not as explosive. So simple carbs are explosive. Complex carbs aren't as explosive. Okay, so it's very important that we understand that. It's very important that we realize what carbs are, what they do, and how important they are. Okay, now carbs are incredibly important even in muscle protein synthesis. So what I mean by muscle protein synthesis is when your body takes the protein that you consume and it turns it into muscle. The cells that are doing the work, that are turning that protein into muscle, require energy. Okay? And for that energy, they use carbs. So you definitely need carbs in your diet. Okay? At least on a small scale. Okay? No carb diets are not good. I don't care what any bodybuilder tells you. No carb diets are no good. It's not healthy. It's not good for your muscle. It's not good for your gains. And I would definitely avoid it. So I get into that because there are a lot of people out there that make carbs the enemy. Carbs are not the enemy. Carbs can be your friend if you use them wisely. And that's the key. Okay? And I'm going to get into that one after I get done with protein. So protein helps you to actually build muscle. Okay, consume the protein, goes in your body, broken down. The the cells transform that into new muscle, which goes in and repairs the old muscle, causing hypertrophy, which is muscle gains. Okay, so in essence, the protein is the building block for the new muscle. So you want to make sure you get plenty of protein. The best protein you're going to get is from eggs, in my opinion. Eggs, simple and quick, and they're cheap, but they're very, very good. They're loaded with nutrients. Not only your macronutrients like protein, but you're also going to get a lot of other nutrients in them that are really going to help you. So, eggs, fish, chicken, beef, turkey, these are all great sources of protein. My personal favorites are beef and eggs. So I do eat chicken quite a bit, but I do enjoy a good steak more than anything else. If I can have a good steak, that's the best part. So protein is important for building muscle. So you want to make sure you're getting plenty of protein in your body, throughout the course of the day. Okay. So back to the carbs, as I was saying. Remember what I said about the protein synthesis? Well, the carbs help your body to get the protein synthesis, get that protein into the muscle, and also help to get the protein used in the muscle by the cells. Because cells use the carbs to produce energy in the Krebs cycle. Okay, so what we can see is that carbs are not your enemy, but a lot of it's about timing. Okay, now we go back to the Pop-Tarts, right? So I got my Pop-Tarts right here. I broke it in half, but here's my Pop-Tart right here. All right, I'm gonna do the worst thing imaginable. I'm gonna eat it. Tastes good. I like me some cherry Pop-Tarts. Now, what is it about the cherry Pop-Tart? What is it about the Pop-Tart? Well, for one thing, if you're going to have a Pop-Tart, I recommend you have it in the morning. It's got a good amount of carbs in it. Now, a lot of people might tell you that it's got a lot of simple carbs. It's got 17 grams of carbs. I don't have the container here. It's got 17 grams of simple carbs. It's got 38 grams of carbs altogether. That is a very, very rich carb item in just 2 pieces of Pop-Tart. So, you're getting a dense amount of carbs in just 2 pieces of Pop-Tarts with the filling and with the icing and all that other stuff. Now, is that horrible? Is that the enemy? No. Because the carbs that you're going to use here, you're going to use them later on through the day. You're going to use them for that energy when you need them later on in the gym, when you need them later on when you're focusing, when you need them later on when you're doing something that requires you to put in a lot of energy and a lot of force, because those carbs are going to be burned up. Now, if you eat these Pop-Tarts and you sit around on your ass all day long and you don't do anything, you don't go to the gym, you don't do cardio, you don't do nothing, yeah, you're going to get fat. Okay? So Mike B would be correct about the Pop-Tarts if people would just sit around and just be lazy. However, if you go and you work your ass off at the gym and you train hard and you do your cardio and you drink your water and you do all the things that you have to do, you will still get gains and you'll still lose fat. I know it because I'm living proof of it. Okay? I've been working out for 5 years now, and in those 5 years, I gained a lot of weight. Okay, and recently I was up to 178, but a lot of it was fat. So I went ahead and started to cut down, started to lean down. I actually lost a lot of fat overall, but what did I do? Did I change my diet? Did I change my diet dramatically? No. My diet has pretty much stayed the same. The only thing that's changed slightly is my overall time of eating, and my portion sizes have changed a little bit. But aside from that, I still eat pretty much whatever I want. I do have, what's called, a laissez-faire type of attitude towards eating, or better yet known as if it fits your macros, type of eating style. I could definitely say that, because I eat what I want to eat, If I want to eat a Pop-Tart, I eat a Pop-Tart, you know what I mean? I got a cup of Kool-Aid right here, in my Steadfast mug, and I like Kool-Aid. Same thing with Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid got sugar in it. I mean, you pour sugar in it to sweeten it, iced tea, things like that, got sugar in them, It's not so much what you drink, it's not so much what you eat, it's what you do with it. And on top of that, it's What are the portion sizes? And on top of that, it's when do you eat it? For example, eating a Pop-Tart, drinking Kool-Aid. Those things are generally things you want to do early in the day. Why? Because you're gonna burn off all that energy later on. When I go and do my legs, I'm gonna burn off all that stuff. I'm gonna use it all up for energy. When I go and I go to the gym, I do my workout, then I go do the rolling machine. Guess what? When I go do that rolling machine, that's cardio. I'm burning up a bunch of that sugar, stored sugar. When I go to the gym, I work out, and then I go run. Guess what? I burn up all that stored sugar. So it's all about how you use it. Your body's a machine, of course, and it uses things different ways. But if you're constantly moving and you're constantly working, your body will figure out a way to get rid of the sugars, get rid of the fats. Okay? So, what's my point? My point is that you can eat almost anything you want to eat. Pretty much anything you want to eat. But it's all about timing, and it's all about work. And it's all about sleep. Sleep is like that 800-pound gorilla in the room that nobody really talks about. It's like right there. It's the biggest thing. It's like one of the biggest things when it comes to bodybuilding. You got to have a decent amount of sleep. What happens when you sleep? You fast, right? When you're fasting and when you're sleeping, your body is building muscle, okay? Your body, when you sleep is when your body builds muscle. Your body doesn't build muscle when you're awake. It builds muscle when you're asleep. So sleeping helps your body to use all those nutrients into the muscle, causing you to lose fat. So sleeping is very important for losing fat. Another thing that's important that I find very, very useful is intermittent fasting. Okay, so for example, I went to bed at 11 o'clock. I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, if I went to bed at 11 o'clock in the morning, if I went to bed at 11 o'clock and woke up at 8 o'clock, that's 9 hours of sleep. 9 hours of sleep, that's 9 hours of fasting. Then I wake up, and instead of just right away going to eat, I wait an hour or 2 or 3. Then I go ahead and eat. And what that does is that it extends your fast out. Okay, because of course breakfast is when you break fast. When you stop sleeping and you wake up, you eat. That's breakfast. But if you extend that a little bit further out, that can help you to lose fat. Okay, because that causes your body to start burning energy in the wake time that you don't necessarily have because you haven't eaten. So it's really important to understand these things, guys. It's really important to understand diet overall. It's really important to understand workload, work ethic. Okay. Now, I'm not disparaging anybody's work ethic. I'm not disparaging the guy that disagreed with me, Mike B. I'm not discouraged. I'm not saying anything about his work ethic. You know what I mean? I know his work ethic is pretty sharp because I've seen his videos and I know what he does. I know he works hard. What I'm trying to tell you though is the fact that when you work hard in the gym and you eat food to fuel your body and you work hard and you sleep, you'll lose fat. Okay? I started doing a rowing machine, the Concept 2 rower, and a couple months ago I started doing it and I've lost a lot of fat doing it. A lot of fat. Because it's a full body cardio workout, So started doing that. Of course, I've been running a little bit more than I used to run. That helps you burn fat also. Okay? And then, of course, just training really hard. You know what I mean? When I go into the gym, I train like an animal. I train hard. I do a lot of sets. I do a lot of reps. I do a lot of work. So that's the key, guys. The key is getting in there and working hard, busting your ass, and sleeping well. And if you do those things, you'll find that your gains will come and your fat will go down. So I'm living proof of it. Okay? I literally had like rolls developing on my back a couple months ago because I had neglected losing fat. I was trying to build as much muscle as possible, but I wasn't worried about losing fat, And then now I started doing the rower. I started running a lot more. I started working hard in the gym, and then I started kind of adjusting my portion sizes. So I don't eat quite as much as I used to, but I still eat pretty much the same things. Okay, so after I work out, I have some rice, some yellow rice. with some chicken breast, you know, and maybe something else on the side. You know, I'll have a soda, you know. Every once in a while I'll have a Coke, you know, or a Dr. Pepper, or a ginger ale or something, you know. I don't, this is one thing I'll tell you guys. I don't believe in living like a monk or a nun or something like that when you're lifting, when you're bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, in my opinion, should be something that you enjoy doing. It shouldn't be something you're like, oh man, I can't eat that steak, you know. Oh man, I can't eat that sandwich. I can't eat that burger. Oh man, I can't eat that cheesecake. I can't drink this Kool-Aid. I can't eat that Pop-Tart. No. Bodybuilding to me is something that I enjoy doing. I love eating too. I've learned how to make it a balance. You know, I've learned how to balance the two. I've learned how to say, you know what, I'm going to still eat what I want to eat, and I'm going to enjoy eating what I want to eat. When I go to a restaurant, I don't look at the low fat menu or the low carb menu or any of that crap. I eat whatever the heck I want to eat, you know, and I still lose fat. So I'm living proof that it does work. So all the people out there that say, well, you can't eat Pop-Tarts, you can't drink Kool-Aid, you can't drink soda, you can't eat burgers, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. It's not true. It's not true. You know? So, I mean, of course, many of them do have gains. Many of them do have gains, and it's for sure. And unfortunately, they torture themselves to get to those gains, you know. But then there's other people who have gains who don't torture themselves, you know. Now, I'm not the leanest guy in the world, nor am I trying to be the leanest guy in the world. Now, if I'm getting ready for competition or something, yeah, I'm going to try to lean down as much as possible. But, like where I am right now, I want to be a little bit leaner, but not much more than that. So, to me, being lean is something that's good, but it's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to get as much muscle as possible and to be relatively lean. Okay, so I hope the video helped you guys understand some things about the macronutrients, about the protein, the fats, and the carbs, and understand that, you know, there are different ways of looking at it. There are different schools of thought. So I just wanted to make a video about it because I figured, you know what, I've never made a video about diet, and it's a very important part. I mean, it's extremely important. So I'm gonna make a video soon more that goes into more detail about sleep, because sleep, you know, there's three parts. You know, you got the bodybuilding part, the actual training, then you got the sleep, and then you got your diet. So I'm gonna make a video go and talk about sleep and why it's so important to the body, and why we need a good amount of sleep every night in order to gain muscle. So I hope this video was helpful, guys, and if it was, make sure you give me a like and subscribe, and if you're a hater, just go ahead and give me a thumbs down. Alright.